Well, hello there, Coffee Time friends. How are you? We are back, and I'm going to do this quick demo. A lot of y'all are asking questions, and I want to answer those at one time. Mom and I have loved this Power Chef, and y'all know you've seen us use it over and over and over again. This is ours. This is our original one. This is one that we've been using for months, and this is one we still use.
Yeah.
We do have the Supersonic Tupperware this time when the new catalog came out. They went with the Supersonic, and I'll show you it right quick. And it's basically the same thing in red, except they did change this inner housing where this one has this here, and these have the larger holes so that they'll fit this one. On the upgraded one, they closed those up and made it to where it fits this one, and it's more of a closed, and food doesn't go in there. That's the basic thing that I have found the difference in. And they did change the blade a little bit on this, but this one is super, super sharp. So they're doing a deal. I guess it's a Christmas deal. I don't know what they're calling it. I'm calling it Christmas deal, because if you're looking to get a chopper, I can't tell you, and it's one of my favorites, as you all know, and we really do use this. Hardly ever do we cook anything, whether it's coleslaw, chop up nuts, chop up celery, chop up for dressing. Yeah. We reach for this thing all the time.
For our squash relish, we really used it.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to use it today, a little bit later probably, to do some peppers, so we can flash freeze those and have those for all winter, because we have got 2 drawers full of peppers in there, and you can't get nothing else in the refrigerator. We are to our maximum level of pepper consumption. So I'm going to go over it with you right quick and just show you. It's 20% off, and this is the chopper. I call it the chopper, but it's really called the Power Chef, and this is the Power Chef system. And you get, not to confuse you get this housing in this unit. It comes with a funnel. You get these set of blades, and this is the guard that goes on them, and they clip off. You want to hang on to this. It's not packaging. This is for your protection, so when you take it off, put it back on there. These are super sharp blades, and they cut anything we've tried. You put it back on there, clip it back on there, put it in your drawer, and store it so you don't get cut, and so you don't dull your blades. You also get this whisk, and this is what we do when we've made cakes. Yeah. Mama uses this for dressings. I use it for ranch dressing, and that's where this little thing right here comes in so handy. Let me tilt you down so you can see. This is the little funnel, and I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but on there are some measurements.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
And you put the funnel in there, and if you turn it this way, you can add your oil or whatever you're putting in here, and you can measure it. And then when you turn it, it goes over the opening, and it'll go in there. It don't go in until you turn it, though. So you can measure your whole amount and then turn it and let it go into your mixture while you're pulling. Now, that's what you get for $74. You do not get a separate pull for this here, but you do get the blades, you do get the container, and I really don't know why you would need 2 pulls, because you can't pull them both at the same time. But this one, this fits right on the small one too. So it fits on the small one, fits on the large one, and you get this whole setup right here, everything that you see here, for $74. And this is called the Power Chef Premium System. Okay, so you get the little one, and you get all these right here. So this is what you're getting.
Whip, if you're making whipped cream and you got the cream, it whips in no time. It's wonderful.
We make homemade whipped cream with it all the time. So you get the blade, you get the whip, you get the big piece, you get the housing, and you get the funnel, and you get this for just $74. I think the original price was 90-something. 93, I think. Yeah, it's 20% off. So I guess where they've come out with the newer one, this is a clearance sale. So this is while supplies last only on these. And yes, I'm going to order some more of these because I love them, and I'm going to use them for some Christmas gifts. Now, that's the first little package you can order, $74. If, set this aside, you can get just this without the small, And this is called the Power Chef System. The other was called the Power Chef Premium System with the small one. This is just the Power Chef System, and it's just $55. And you get everything you see here. You get the blade, you get the whip, you get everything except the small prep and chop. And this is just $55 now. If you want this middle one, and I haven't used this one as much because I have the large one. But like if you were just going to use smaller things, Mom and I use larger portions. This is wonderful for those smaller portions. It's the same. You get the same housing. And you get this blade. And it has a little extension here on it. And when you get it, it'll come like that. And you just put the extension on there to make it tall enough for this tall piece. Because this is the same blade that comes for the prep and chop. And then you get this whip, which is a little bit smaller. I have used this small one to make a small amount of dressing or oil and olive oil dressing. It was wonderful fixed with this.
But only thing, this one doesn't have the collar.
Doesn't have the collar.
And doesn't have the hole to put the funnel to go in and do it. Because it don't have the...
Doesn't have this piece
collar
here that she's calling the collar. This piece right here. This makes this work on all. It's kind of like the spacer that keeps so you can use it on the large or the small container. Is this piece right here? It doesn't have. This is what it doesn't have. It doesn't have this piece and the funnel. But this one right here is my favorite. If some of y'all have asked which one do you use, I use the Power Chef System more than I do anything. I grab this most of the time, even when we're doing onions, but I will grab this one for onions or peppers or something I want to do quickly. And this one's really good for nuts because it's in a smaller portion. You know, you're not going to chop a bunch of nuts. This one, if you're going to chop a bunch, you can use this wider bottom. If you're just going to do a little bit for a top of a cake or something, this is perfect for that. So I do grab this small one for that, or for onions mostly. But on this one, it's called the Smooth Start Set. And that's what you get right there with it. And it is just $39. Now, if you're wanting one, you don't want to do the $55 investment, you're going to get a lot of use out of this one, almost as much as you would the large one. You'll just have to portion your stuff out a whole lot different. A whole lot less. This little thing here is now just $31. And the housing works on all of them, as you can see me trading them around. This is the prep and chop. You get this little blade. It has a little slide. It's plastic, and this will protect your fingers and protect your blades both. You put it in there. There it is, and you put your housing on top of it, and you pull. I hold it in my hand most of the time like this when I'm pulling this one because it's so easy. But you can. It's got the rubber grip on the bottom. You can do this way. And use it. Mama, do you say you use this one the most?
Most of the time, because I'm just like chopping up a few onions for a meatloaf or for on a hot dog or just a small amount of stuff.
And how many pulls does it take, Mama?
1 or 2, not 22.
I give it 3 pulls no matter what we're doing. I'll go 1, 2, 3. Mom said you've overdone it. It just takes 2. Every time you pull this string and let it go back in, it's the equivalent of 12 knife chops. So in order to get this much action, I would have had to take my knife and chop 12 times. So for every one of these, it's 12. So if you do 2, you get 24 knife chops. That's pretty much enough.
Or if you do it a whole bunch like Johnny does, I say he gets pull happy.
I really do.
And he does.
Well, it's hard
like a kid playing with something.
It's hard to, you put an onion in here and you pull it once or twice and you think, well, that needs a little bit more chopping. So it's hard to just pull it one more time for me. So I do it 2 more times.
Or 3 more.
And then I'm like, oh, Mama, this is too small. She's like, a little bit, but that's okay.
Ain't nothing to put it back together after you go pull it.
Right. But these do come with a Tupperware warranty. They are, you can find cheaper ones out there. I've seen them, but they feel cheaper and they don't have the warranty. This is, you can tell you've got something pretty sustainable there. And this is called the Prep in Chop, or Chop in Prep. Chop in Prep. When you look it up on the website, on Mama's Tupperware website. It's $31. So you can get either one of these, the set, the system, the premium system, or the power chopper by itself with the housing and the cuff, as I showed you a while ago, or the smooth start, or the prep and chop. You can buy one for you, one for a friend, one for a gift. But if you get $75 total, Tupperware says you get a gift for shopping with us. And so for the $75 purchase, you get, let me see, I've got a list here. It says, I've not got the items, but it's a clear mate set. They have the measuring cups like this, and the measuring spoons, but they're in teal, which is neat. We'll have a set of those as soon as I get here, and they're teal. You can get these for a free gift with a $75 purchase, and this is a $25 value by itself. And then there's some plates that you can choose from, and then there's a large lunch thing you can choose from. So you get to choose 4 things, so every $75 you get a gift too. And this is one of them, only they're in teal, which is kind of neat, kind of something different. So that's it, Mama. Christmas presents galore.
Yeah, birthday present. I gave my sister that one for her birthday back in the summer, and she really did love it.
Now, her birthday's in September, but Mama said she'll need this for garden stuff.
Oh, yeah, so I gave it to her real early.
She gave it to her for garden stuff. And we're going to use it right now in a few minutes with some peppers, I think.
Maybe if I get on them in time.
We need to get them frozen. Let's see, what else was we going to tell Mama? Anything else you got on your mind? Tupperware's got lots of sales this month, and they're doing something a little different. Last year we had trouble out of the big Black Friday sales, so this year they're doing sales all through the month, a little each day. So go to the site and check it out. You may find something new every day, and you'll see a big red stripe banner that'll tell you how much percentage is off. How do we order it, please? Message me back, please. Tina, I will put a link in the comments as soon as this stops. And it's the Mama's November Tupperware party link, and you'll be able to order these as long as they last. I don't know how long they'll last at that price, because most people are getting at least 2 of everything that I've noticed, and that gets them up to that $75 mark.
There's one lady said she'd buying all of her Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
Through this, and said what a deals. She had savings on all of this. And she was buying Christmas gifts for her family and friends and stuff.
Now, I will tell you this. If you get the... Mama, did I lose that cup? No, here it is. If you get this set here, I had a couple of people, not this time, but early on, they got the Power Chef Premium System, and they was going to give the small one as a gift. You won't have a pull string.
No.
You only get one pull string, but you do get this, and you get the blade. And some of you all ordered this, and you said, my prep and chop was missing the pull string. It wasn't missing. It only comes with the one, because you only need the one. If you got both. You got this one. This one just clips right on there without the cuff, and you use it just the same. But if you order just the prep and chop for $31, you do get a pull string with it. So somebody told me earlier they'd done the $55 set, this with the pull string, and then she bought the $31 prep or chop and prep separate, so she would have 2 pull strings, and that's a good deal too. So you can do this for $55, this for $31, and you'll get the 2 pull strings with it. Or you can do the system and get for $74 and get this in 1 pull string. So that's just your options. I don't want anybody ever to be misled. We never try to mislead you or tell you wrong.
If you're giving the little one as a gift or the big one as a gift, you do need to order them separate in order to get the 2 pull strings.
Yeah, because the system, they call it, only comes with 1 pull string. Which
I
understand that, because you really don't need the 2, because you just interchange them.
You're keeping it all for yourself.
It's like if you're keeping it all for yourself, it's kind of like a mixer, with the different beaters. You don't need a mixer for every beater. You just change the beaters out. That's kind of the same system here. This is no electric. That's one thing I like about it. You don't have, and it's not loud. When you're grinding up something, you just pull it and it's string and it works.
They talked back later that you could give it as gifts for it. If you're camping, you can just be outside on the table or cooking, no electricity or nothing. Chop, mix, do it all in one container there.
Yeah. Someone said that, anyone who sells Tupperware, you can order off Mama's Link anywhere in the United States and it'll get it directly. You do this directly through Tupperware. We don't get the product and then try to ship it out to you because that would take forever. Tupperware, some things are slower on the shipping because that's just the way the shipping is right now. Not Tupperware's fault. Everything's shipping slow. Our cookbooks are shipping slow. Everything is shipping slower.
Also, the comments I heard was closer you get to Christmas,
The slower it might be.
it might come to. So we'd have to really estimate the time and give it extra time this year to get where you want it.
Right. So just, if you're wanting it for Christmas, order quick. And then these are not going to last that long. These are while supplies last. They haven't called it that, but I'm sure it's a clearance sale because they have upgraded the product to this system. But honest and truly, if it was different, I would tell you I like the new system, but I like the clear bottom better on this one than I even do the new system. You can see through this one, as you can see, but you can really see your product as you're doing in these. The new one, I haven't noticed a great deal of difference in the way it operates or the way it does. It's just the new one has a different inside here. This part is the only thing that's different, and then it has a white string that's just a different color. And they say something about the blade is tilted different, but this one chops so well I can't tell the difference in them. And I still use this one as much as I do this one. We've not thrown our Old Faithful out because we still use it.
Oh yeah.
But so they have upgraded to this time. Tupperware does that a lot of time. They change colors, they'll change, upgrade one or two things. But the product, if I didn't have this one, this would be just as good. But I do like this one. It has that rubber ring. Now, one thing I have had questions on, when you get this is not attached. And I think sometimes it's down in here. Yeah. Because one lady wrote me and said, do I take that ring out before I chop? Yes. That ring never goes in here. It may come packaged in there, but that is not a part of the assembly in there. You do not leave that ring inside of there for any reason. This comes out, and you can see it's smooth on that side, and then it's got these little, looks like, you see there, when you put that on the inside, and if there's a ring in here, a ridge, you just lay it there, and when you lay it there with that down, take your thumb, go all the way around it like that there. It's sealed in there good and tight. It won't come off. And it keeps it from sliding on the table when you're using it. And that's the whole purpose of that. You don't want to leave that in here. And it is for the bottom. And you can leave it on there. You don't have to take it off every time. If you get dirt under it, you can see. You can see if there was dirt under it. You can take that off and wash it. But I don't hardly ever take that one off. But it's easy to take off and it's easy to put back on. And it goes right there. And that's it. And the cuff, I don't even know what they really call that. That's what we call it. It goes on just like you just line up the little notches here on the side. As you can see, it locks in. And then your housing does the same thing. And it locks in. And you're good to go. And it won't come off. And you pull. And you're ready to go. And you don't have to use the funnel that often. So it's got this rubber thing that goes down on it. And just closes that off. This, I'm going to tell y'all, when they presented it to us, and I thought, well, I'm going to try that, give it a try. I fell in love with it, and this is my favorite Tupperware product. And probably the orange spatula and the white spatula. Oh. Speaking of which, this Smooth Start set for $39 comes with a little spatula. It's a little white one, I think, with a red.
Get that when they had it.
No, but it shows it on the picture, and I ordered one of these the other day for to have an extra one, and mainly to get that spatula because I want that little thin spatula to scrape inside of these. So these do come with a little spatula. You can keep that for yourself and give it the gift, or you can go ahead and just let them have the spatula too. But anyway, it does come with a spatula. I failed to mention because I don't have it. Wish I did. Wish I had it to show y'all.
You're selfish with some things, ain't you?
Never, Mama. How about if I don't have one, I want one? You know, everybody wants stuff.
You're going to have more Tupperware than the Tupperware has.
This is the Big Red, we call it. And I love the handle on this one. It's a spatula. It's a Tupperware spatula. This is not what you get. Don't be confused. It's a more that more looks like this, only it's white and red. And it's really skinny and little. But this is my favorite spatula in the world. Is this orange one. And it's normally $17. It was on sale last month. But it will clean like you... I wish windshield wipers was made out of this. Because this really does clean. And this one, I use it for big projects, bowls, anything, cake mixes. It cleans too. I just like the way they feel. And the handle, you can't beat Tupperware spatulas, and I can't wait to get a hold of that little one. See if we like it just as good.
We don't have one that size.
No, it didn't come with it when we ordered this one.
He must have thought they was going to run out of those orange ones because
I bought up several of these when it was on sale last month because how many times do you find yourself around the holidays, somebody comes to your house and they bring you a gift. And you're like, oh no, I didn't get them a gift. So this is a wonderful gift. I'm going to put some of these in some gift bags and leave the name card blank on it if somebody comes by. And it's a wonderful gift to say, here's your spatula. They're wonderful just to give to people as little gifts and tokens of your appreciation. Both of these are. This one, I don't think is in the book again.
probably not.
I think it was a limited time only. I believe that one's done gone again. But this one is still in the book, and it's really my favorite. But I do want that skinny one to see what it's like. I bought tons of spatulas over the course of my life of cooking. You know, you always think the next greatest product, you've got to have it. And so I buy a silicone spatula. I buy this wooden spatula. But really, this is my favorite I've ever had. And I've paid a lot more for different ones in the past. And this is the best one. Would you not say, which one do you like best, Mama?
I like the orange one.
The orange one is my favorite.
The way it cleans and does.
And it's got this wide but thin handle, and it's easy to grip, and it just kind of fits your hand. This one does too, though. I like it. I like the way it feels too. Okay, neither one of these comes with these deals, so don't get confused. The one that comes with the deal is this little small. You'll see it on the picture. Look there, it's laying there on the picture when I post the picture, and I'll post the picture at the bottom of this post too. It's already on there. You probably have already seen it, but it's on there. All right, Mama, we're going to go for this, but I think we got chores to do. How much is the large chopper? The large one, this just by itself, is $55 now. It's 20% off its regular price.
But you don't get the little one at all.
You don't get the little one, but you do get the funnel, and you do get the blade, which is in this protective housing, and you do get the mixer for dressings, cake mixes. I mean, Mama had me mixing some thick stuff in it the other night. Y'all probably seen. It will do it. It's a little harder to pull if it's thicker, but a normal cake mix is no problem at all. And you could, if you've got like, I don't use it for this because usually just me and Mama. If you have a large family, this would be perfect for scrambled eggs. You could put 7 or 8 eggs in here, whip them up, put a lot of air in them, make them fluffy, light, put a little bit of cream in there with them. If you're going to do a bunch of omelets, this is the way to go. It's awesome. It really, truly is. And this little mixer, we have not got Mama's hand mixer out for brownies, cake mixes, any of that since
we've been using
this. The only way she uses the big mixer is if it's more volume than this will contain. Like if she makes up a bunch of banana breads, she'll have to have that.
And on my apple cake, we made like a week ago today, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
We should have gotten a hand mixer out.
Probably should have, because it was a little bit tough, but it done it.
Good.
You know, it made it. It made the cut. Yeah. All right, let's see if there's any more questions right quick, and then we're going to leave you folks alone. Okay. You are great at sales. Angela, I appreciate that, but it's really just presenting the products that we know you all could use. Tupperware, some people say you all do Tupperware, and I liked it better when you cook. We're still cooking, but coffee time is just about a coffee break from the world, and it's just whatever we're up to that we share with you all. And Tupperware is a part of Mama's life, part of my life, and we enjoy it, and we love our Tupperware family. It's a community. So the other consultants, the other managers, the directors, they get together, they have meetings. Mama enjoys that. They talk. So it's not just selling a product to you all. It's just presenting a product. And when there's a great sale like this, and some of y'all don't like it at all. We know that. We apologize. Just skip that video and wait till we cook. We'll be cooking again. We're going to do some peppers on one. So just skip the Tupperware one, and we'll be doing a cooking one. But we may just come on here and talk, or we may just ride to the farmer's market and put on here. Nothing to do with cooking. Coffee Time really didn't start out as a cooking show at all. No. It was just a chat. That's the reason it's just called Coffee Time and not Cook Time. But we do want to present to everybody. We do want everybody to be happy with it. But when you're, anytime you have a large bunch of people, everybody doesn't like everything. But some of you have said, thank you. I don't have a Tupperware consultant. I don't know of one. This is a wonderful way to get the product. So it's just, some of our videos are about Tupperware. Some of them are about our Etsy store with the products we do there. Everything we have sold with the product is stuff people's asked for. So as people ask for it, like they wanted coffee cups when we first started. I don't know how to get them coffee cups. I don't know what to do. So Teresa contacted me from Georgia. She said, I can do coffee cups. I can do other products. If you and Mama would like to do that. We looked it over. We said, sure, that'll offer people that wants that, they can have that. So that's the reason we do that. The Tupperware, Mama just wanted to get into it to have something to do. Mama is always on the go. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And this is a good way to give her something to do through the day.
And I like sharing. This I enjoy. It saves me time and work. And I tell my family about stuff like that. Yeah. So Coffee Time people is my family now.
Right.
So I like to tell them about bargains, about helpful things that would help them. And I feel like I'm accomplishing that when we come on here and do this. So.
Right.
I feel like I'm giving everybody a benefit to get what I can get.
Right. And we met with our Tupperware family a while ago on a meeting, and it's like Coffee Time. We just sit around, and everybody's got their Zoom on, and we sit here. Well, we literally just sit and drink coffee while we talk to them, and they enjoyed that. And it's just, you can see everybody, you get a visit, you know one another, and it's just a good little thing.
Yes.
Mama she has a group of girls that she loves dearly, and they have got together for several years, and they play Phase 10, and they did it every Monday without fail, and they met at a place, and they let them eat and play cards, and they would stay there 3 or 4 hours, and they would have a good socializing. Yeah. And with COVID, that ended, and they would travel, and she... through a group, they would all travel, and they would just do little short trips, like little day trips to Hammocks, or they would go to the Smokies, or they would just have a little short, and it was an outing, and they would do 1 a month. And sometimes they'd do 2 a month, and then sometimes they would do a 2 or 3 day trip. And Mama was into all of that. 2 years ago, or now, everything came to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
There was nothing.
Travel since.
And Mama can only clean house so much, and she can only cook so much, and she needs that interaction, and she needs that fun. So this was just a way of getting that outlet for her, so she could meet with people, talk with people. She can sit in front of the computer and work on Tupperware. She can work on cookbooks. So during the COVID, this has been a survival technique, couldn't it, Mama?
Yeah.
And
our cookbooks has really helped our church. And
the cookbooks has helped the church, and it's a full-time job. Mama spends, I know, 2 full days every week on cookbooks, don't you? getting them together, address and labels, and she's doing that right now. She's doing that for you people who are ordering. Our cookbook orders should be in the first week of December. Fingers crossed. Shipping being what it should be, it will be here. So this is just a little fun thing for Mama. And some people say, Mama don't even act like she likes it. Mama's not a big presenter. She likes to enjoy. She does use all the products. And I'm the big mouth and I do all the talking, but Mama loves it.
Yeah. I can't. My tongue gets all tied up and I invent new words so people don't understand.
I understand
hate to say that.
But, when you're dealing with a product as big as Tupperware, there are so many products just like these. You got your Power Chef Premium System, you got your Power Chef System, you got your Smooth Start Set with all the different prices. It's hard to remember all that. It's hard to present all that.
Chef Prep.
Yeah, chopping shit. I can't remember now. It's Chop and Prep, and I want to call it the Prep and Chop. And then forever, I called this, not years, but I called this the Chopper. And you all were looking for the Chopper. And I had to say, I'm sorry, that's my fault. It's Power Chef System. And the new one is called Supersonic System. So if you're wanting the new one, Chopper System. So if you want the red one, it's the Supersonic when you're looking it up on the line. This one is called the Power Chef System. So it's the same product, different name, and different color. So that's the way it works. So that gives you a little insight to why we do Tupperware and why we do what we do. Mama loves it, and anything Mama loves, I'm going to do my best to see that she gets it. To see that she gets it and gets to enjoy it. Because Mama needs something to do.
Mommy's busy now.
Mama says she got plenty now. I can stop giving her stuff to do. But Maria is our director, and she said, why don't you all do the Tupperware? I think your mom would enjoy it.
I said, no.
Mama said, I can't talk and do all that. And I said, well, I'll talk for you, Mama. If you want to do the Tupperware and get into the group. So as soon as we got into the group, Mama loved it. She loves everybody in the group. She looks forward to them. They can chat, they can talk, they can get together, and it gives Mama plenty to do.
I can listen to all of them. I don't talk. I'm a big talker, but not when it's to a lot of people.
All right, we got any more? Hello, Mom and John. Hey, you just left. I couldn't see you.
I want to thank everybody that watches and joins in and sends comments, and just thank them all. Sometimes I read some of the comments and some of the letters for the cookbook. It just blesses my heart to hear some of them.
Mama always loves the comments. She reads them all. And sometimes she gets upset over good things. If somebody's got a prayer request or something, Mama is one of these people. If you ask her to pray for you, she's going to pray for you. And if you got a problem, it's going to be on her mind. And sometimes she'll mention 2 or 3 days later, did you hear anything else from so-and-so? How did their test go? What? Mama is involved. You all are real to her, and she wants...
Like I said, they're part of a family.
And I'm the same way. Like we'll get a prayer request, and we'll both, we'll pray over it, and we'll pray over it each time we pray. And we always... if we can remember everyone specifically, we do. And if we don't, we just ask for general. Lord bless all the prayer requests that have been turned in.
And if they're very sick and having a lot of problems, I don't mention the names, but the Lord knows. I mention them in church and have
in our Sunday school class.
Our Sunday school class prays every Sunday for all of you that have problems and sickness and everything. My Sunday school teacher is wonderful. She never fails when we have her to mention this. So I appreciate all that they do.
All right, folks. That's all we got. Anybody else got any questions? Okay. We love y'all too. We appreciate y'all, and we really do miss y'all. And we're not on here every day. And someone said, when do y'all go live? We don't have a schedule, folks. And we are just what you see. We're just, we decide this morning. I decided to go live at breakfast. I said, Mama, you want to go live? And she said,
I don't know if I'd even brush my hair when you went live this morning.
And when we go live, it's just because that's what we're doing at the moment. We don't cook every day. we don't always cook the way we cook on here every day. In other words, a lot of stuff we do is Southern with bacon grease and all that. Sometimes we'll have a bowl of cereal. Sometimes we just have a salad. Sometimes we eat a little healthier than what we always show on here. Someone said, you always eat such grease or something in your food. And I said, well, this is Southern cooking. This is the way, they used hog renderings. If you don't know what that is, they would take the fat off the hog.
That's the way I was raised.
They would take the fat off the hog and they would put it in the oven and let it render out, and they'd pour it off and it would be liquid, and then it firms back up. It's like Crisco or like lard.
It's lard.
And then you had cracklings after that, which was just the cooked fat. We're going to make some crackling cornbread, but we'd have to buy our cracklings because we don't kill hogs here anymore. We have in the past. Used to, that was a Thanksgiving tradition. Every Thanksgiving I think about killing hogs because everybody was off work, and my uncle would have 2 or 3 hogs to kill, and we would gather up, and they would kill the hogs and take care of them, and the whole process back in when I was a kid. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about out there. It has to be cold outside to kill hogs usually, and you build a fire and you take some boiling water in a big barrel, and we always done that back in the day.
All the time I was growing
Scoot up,
up.
Mama. I can't see you back
I
there.
said all the time I was growing up, I never knowed of having turkey for Thanksgiving because that's when we killed the hogs, and we always had fresh pork chop, fresh meat of some kind off of a hog every Thanksgiving. So I don't remember turkeys for Thanksgiving when I was young.
Yep. Back in the day, I remember when I was a kid, like I said, that was the Thanksgiving tradition. We would usually, Mama would always squeeze a turkey in there somewhere when I was a kid.
But I didn't get them when I was a kid.
When you was a kid. And then we would usually have family over for Thanksgiving back in the day, or we'd go to my aunt's for Thanksgiving. But it was a big hog killing season.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'd wait till Friday if everybody was off work that could come and help kill the hogs or whatever they needed to do. And I remember Mama processing the hog. My uncle cut it up and used to grind up sausage.
We made sausage and.
If I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, Mama. Didn't we have a huge, big old crank of a thing attached to the counter?
It's a metal thing. I've got the little ones. It's a grinder, and we grind it by hand. And
I got to grind.
It's the reason he loves to pull, I guess.
That he would attach to the counter, and there would be a big dish pan, and my uncle would feed it and season it. And you would season it with sage.
When I was little, Daddy always done that.
He would season it with sage and pepper, hot peppers, salts and whatever combination, and it was always so good. And did you just put it in wax paper and roll it up?
We made it in some in patties, but most of the time we just made it in a roll and take the paper around it, shaped it up, and just rolled it up, and we froze it that way, and then we just cut off the patties.
And we had big old things of white freezer paper, and Mama would wrap it up, and she would take a Sharpie marker and write on what it was and put the date and say sausage such and such hot, sausage mild, sausage this, and whatever we had, you always fix that. Pork chops, tenderloin.
Yeah.
And I remember that.
Put it up.
A lot of hard work, but a lot of good memories. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
My dad always enjoyed that too.
Yeah, we'd get together, and my brothers and us.
One thing I do remember, while we were processing it, they always fried up some. The taste of it, see if it was good.
We got to eat good while it was working on it.
But that was usually around Thanksgiving, always.
Yeah, Daddy, if cold enough, he would salt down in the hams, and he'd hang them in the smokehouse, they called it. And
I never could understand that. They would just hang that meat up and leave it for days, but it was that salt cured or sugar cured. Some of y'all are probably like, what are they talking about? But that's a Southern thing. You can look it up, I'm sure. But it's good memories, good times. Mm-hmm. So, Mama, you got anything else?
No. Tell them how old I am and how we worked. We know where we got our food. That what just gave to us.
Mama, you're young. You're 73 years young.
Yeah.
Good times.
I think of the Waltons sometimes the way I was.
Well, it was kind of like the Waltons. It was.
We all had to work, and we all had.
You had a big family. You had 10 of y'all in total, and then 8 of you that survived to adulthood. And it was. I remember when I was a kid going to my mom and papa's, and always having a crowd there, and that's where all the cousins were, and all the family was there, and it was kind of like the Waltons.
There's a bunch of us at times.
Did you boil the head of the hog and use the meat for souse meat? Sandy, we sure did.
Daddy always did that too. Yeah.
My uncle, I remember the first time I ever tried souse meat, didn't know what it was, had no clue. It wasn't during hog killing. Went over to my uncle's and he fixed up souse meat and crackers. And I was eating, I said, "This is good." And he said, "That's hog." And I said, "What kind of hog is it?" And he told me, and I thought, "You did what?" But it was good. And you can still buy that in the stores around here. I don't know if you can where you're from, but you can still buy souse meat. And that's what it is. And there's some people call it something else. Head meat, or I don't know.
Head.
Something. But it's good. It's kind of like a
sausage.
It's kind of like a sausage, only it's not. I don't know what really you'd call it. Another thing, my uncle, this is just...
You don't remember when Daddy did all that. You just
No, I just remember
when
Dutch did. Went over there one night. I'll tell this and I'll let y'all go. You know, this is that Southern goodbye we talk about. We don't just say goodbye. There's a process. Went over there one night. Had some of the best tasting fish that I had ever had. It wasn't too fishy. It was just right. It was delicious, crisp, brown, tender fish. That's what I thought. And kind of found out it was salt bacon, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Or fatback? Which one?
Salt bacon is. It's got a lot of salt on it.
Or stricoline, some of y'all call it. But he had taken that bacon and he had rolled it in buttermilk and put it and rolled it in cornmeal, fried it just to perfection. It was just flat as it could be, and it was so good. But in my little 12-year-old mind, I thought it was fish because it was golden brown. It looked like it. And I told my daddy, I said, "Uncle Dutch had some good fish." He said, "That wasn't fish, that was bacon." And I said, "Well, it looked like fish." So y'all remember having cornmeal rolled fatback back in the day. Head hog cheese. That's what they call it.
Head hog cheese. That's what I was trying to.
One of y'all said
I got the head.
Thank you, whoever said that. You done went up. I can't see you.
Keep me trying to think of it. Thank you.
Hello, Lisa. Hello, Sue. You could also, we used our ham bone the other night in our pinto beans.
Yeah.
So that was always a good thing, too. Mm-hmm. All right, folks. We've showed you some Tupperware. We've talked your ear off.
Went down memory lane.
I
could see my daddy working on that souse meat when they was talking about it.
Yeah.
He'd press that grease out of it and put weights on the bowls and turn them upside down on a plate and everything. I said, it wasn't.
Now, I don't remember. You may have. I don't remember ever you or Dad making any of that stuff.
No, I don't like it.
No.
Or I thought I did when I was a kid. I don't try a lot of things.
That's like casseroles. Mama is not a big casserole gal. She makes broccoli casserole and it's delicious. But when she was growing up, you all didn't do casseroles, you said.
Mm-mm. We had plain food.
I'm the one that introduced a lot of casseroles to Mama, and she's perfected them for me. But like chicken casserole and that stuff. Now, broccoli casserole, you all do.
Yeah.
You and my aunts do that a lot. Yeah. And corn casserole. You did that.
We just eat plain food. I can remember we was working in the cornfield, and my oldest sister was home watching the younger ones, and she fixed mashed potatoes, and she put some beet juice in them and slices of beets on top. And I thought them was the best things in the world. I thought, ooh, are we ever getting fancy?
You were fancy with them purple potatoes, weren't you, Mama?
Yeah.
I guess that when you have mashed potatoes every day, you put some purple ones in there once in a while, made it a little special.
Yeah.
It was nice, wasn't it?
I thought, boy, we're getting fancy. We should have cleaned up before we ate.
Mama, why don't we recreate that sometime? and see what that.
It might not seem so fancy and good now. That's when we
You was
were
talking about cleaning up. I do remember my papa, your daddy. Anytime before we ate, he went and washed his hands and his elbows, all the way up to his elbows. He'd wash all the way up, and he combed his hair. He never
washed his face
and washed his face and his neck. He never went to eat supper without combing the hair, fixing up, cleaning up, and washing. I remember going by the bathroom, him washing up to his elbows. Wash, and cleaning and combing that hair and
He
fixing
did it when he first got up in the morning, and he did it before he ate.
before every meal. So that's just something you remember as a child. It's just childhood memories.
He didn't just wash his hands. He went.
Now, he didn't just go in and it was Papa knew how to scrub up.
Semi-bath.
Kind of like a doctor. He was clear, ready for surgery.
That was his habit to clean
Okay. It's fried fatback with sweet taters and golden eagle syrup. I'll have to look at that comment. That sounded good. We may try some of those. We may do some purple mashed potatoes.
I don't know.
Mama, that would be good sometime. If we do it, we'll show you all. That's for sure.
Well, when you come from a cornfield, been working, hoeing corn or planting corn, you hadn't seen them. That was a big treat for me.
That was a treat, wasn't it, Mama?
I thought it was fancy.
Fancy. Fancy. All right, Mama. We've done enough fancy for today. We're going to say goodbye. Mama, you got anything else you want to?
No, I'm afraid to start something.
Don't you be afraid, Mama. You do what you want to. Folks, we're going to go and let you all go. And we didn't even mean to keep you this long of a chattering going on. But like we said, you're all like family. And once y'all sit down to our table, we just keep on talking. I know I've touched on this before, but Southern goodbyes are always 4 or 5 Southern goodbyes before you really get to
And
leave.
my first cousin Molly, if we went on the first goodbye, the kids would pass out.
The first goodbye was just a warning, like in 20 minutes we're leaving.
Or 30.
Come on, kids, we're leaving. Yeah, we got 20, 30 more minutes. We knew we didn't have to rush. We're going to go now. We may come back. If we do some peppers in a few minutes, Mama will show you how to flash freeze them so they're all loose and different, not clumped together. And then when you freeze them, they're still separate and loose together, and you can get out as much as you need. For soup, omelets, we keep a bag in the freezer all the time just to scoop out 1 scoop at a time for an omelet, or scoop out 1 or 2 scoops for if we want to add it in something that we're cooking. And then she freezes them in little pound bags for certain things too. Or cup bags, 1 cup. Not 16 ounces, 1 cup. So.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we're going to go. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for putting up with us.
Yes.
And for joining us in our conversation. Sorry we can't read all the comments. And where I do it on the phone, sometimes they're small and sometimes they go quick and I lose you. But we do appreciate them all, and we appreciate you all dropping where you're from. So if you're watching this on replay, drop where you're from. Let us know where you're watching from. If you like this Tupperware stuff, let us know. If you've got it, do a little testimonial on it. We appreciate what you have to say about it as well. So that's the sale today, as long as it lasts. And if you're interested in it, pick it up. If you ain't, don't worry about that mess. That'll be fine. But we're going to go. We're going to say y'all have a great day, and do something fun today. Make you some memories. So say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you all.
Bye-bye.